Okay, so you watch the show. Now it's time to level up. Hit that join button and get the VIP treatment. Early access, behind the scenes, and even shout-outs on the spot. Get in the mix with the real ones, breeders, fans, and all the dog lovers. Join the fam, be a part of something bigger. Starting at just $1, you get access to the best content we got. And that's not all. Members get 10% off all merch and gear. Plus, you're on the priority list for getting your next pup. You're in the loop. To join, just click the join button below this video. Pick your tier and boom, you're part of the squad.
Hey, yo.
Hey, what's happening? Yeah, man.
Happening. Work.
Yeah, we back in here like we left our wallet and keys, man. Yeah. Dre, what's going down?
Man, can't call it my spalling, big dog. What's good with you?
Man. You know, another day, man. Another day. Above ground and not below. You know?
If it ain't the oldest thing I done heard this morning. Ooh, wee. Speaking of old, y'all, top of the morning, man. This is the home and the host of Digital Dog Show, Samurai Kennels 210 and 520. Digital Dog Show is hosted monthly. It's a video contest of your dogs. For more details on there, you can go to the official Samurai Kennels website, click on Digital Dog Show page, it has the link to enter and all that good stuff over there. If you're interested, get active. Also, this is the home of the Dog of the Week and the Pup of the Week contest. That's a photo contest. All you gotta do is take a picture of your dog looking good, man, send it in, compete, and win. Or just compete, you know. So everybody can't win. This is not an everybody gets a trophy contest, but it is a contest that's available to everybody. All of our competitions are free, so why not, you know? And if you don't like it, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment, tell us how to make it better.
Yeah.
Aside from that, man, over to you, Big A.
Hey, man, you know what to do. You know what we came here to do. You know what it is, man. Yeah, we're going to do this Bushido code of the day, man. That is you. Courage. Face hard truths with a brave heart. Honor is not in perfection. It's in your response. Just because your dog can't produce doesn't mean your vision is sterile. You know, a lot of boys put a lot of time and money, effort, and come up short, and they fall off. You know, they say enough is enough. You got to be insane to fool with this, man. You really do. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, what's happening, Dre?
Yeah, man. Speaking of insane, man, we got an insane competition going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is dogs of the past. You can enter photos from dogs that you used to have for a photo contest, just like Dog of the Week. So shoot them over to us, man. Shogun Unlimited. You know what I'm saying? We just having fun, enjoying a good time, man. And if you want to, like I said, I'm not gonna make a chat unless people enter their dogs. If nobody enter their dogs, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you're interested, get with us on Shogun Unlimited. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. So that if you're interested in that, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm not gonna chase anybody for anything. If you want it, go get it. You know what I'm saying? If you want it, go get it.
Yeah.
The early bird gets the worm. Let me get that pulled up for you real quick. And then we're going to cook with this show, man, because we got some dogs of the week, dog of the month, and pup of the week to put on the screen for y'all. Because we got some late yesterday, but we're going to get to them early, bright and early. My favorite kind of orange juice.
Yeah, man. No,
This is Pitwise's Carnage. He is the Samurai Kennels Pup of the Week.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and take that into your senses. It's a good looking animal. You know what I'm saying? This is a son of Hattori Hanzo.
Yeah, notorious Hanzo.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
Big C, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at that girl, man. Cash dog.
Mhm.
Yeah. They about to start being household names, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then last but not least, the dog of the month.
None other than a brother. Pit Wise. What's happening, bro? Yeah. Yeah, Ishii. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Top of the morning to everybody, man. This is Shogun Bros. No decaf. Coffee talk. Kick it with us, man. And we're gonna take this thing up about 5,000 feet today. We're cruising height, you know what I'm saying? Close air, close air support. You know what I mean?
Ain't that the dog of the quarter right there? Dre,
Yeah.
that's the dog of the quarter.
You tell me, Big A. What's that dog name?
I know the dog's name. That's Casino's Canelo. Hello.
Yeah, man. Shout out
You
to my
know?
brother Casino, man. Top of the morning Casino, man.
Yeah, man. Let's jump to the chat, man. See who's in the building. Melee checking in at 4 a.m. in the man. What you doing? That's what I'm talking about, man. Up fooling with them dogs or something. You know, the wifey at work, man. You know, getting it in, man. But she dropping the links. Y'all check in.
Show, man. Thank you, Tip.
Yes, sir.
Genuinely. You didn't
Yeah.
have to, but you did. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Speaking of checking out, man, y'all need to go check out that Samurai K9s, man. You really want to look at some dogs, man. Just and get straight to the educational point, man. That's where you go. Showcasing skill, hard and finish. What's the deal, man?
Yes, sir.
Tony M. You know what I'm saying? Show enough.
Tony ain't showing up. What to do, big dog?
Hey, Big C. You know what it is. Hit that like button for sure.
Big C, and not the little one either. What's good, big dog?
Yeah, man. Lil J. Man, what's good, fam?
Little J.
Man, what else we had? 6 Dog, man. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, man. Schoolcraft. Yeah. Quick in the building. Hear me. Man. Dirty Dog, they coming in here. Dirty Dogs, what's happening? CPK.
Hey, so hard finish ass. So we posting pathway dogs in the group chat. Nah, hard finish. That'll bog down the group chat. So what I do is I create another chat stream is what I can do. And if you're interested, I can just, you know what I'm saying, put it in. I'll put it in the group chat. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it in the group chat. If you're interested. That's easy. That's easy. That's light work.
Dogs of the past. Lone Wolf. Young Fam.
CPK. I don't know if you already called CPK.
Yes, I did.
RBG.
Yeah.
Young Fam.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the morning, everybody. Top of the morning, man.
Yeah. So, what if your dog is sterile?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Record scratch. Wicked. Yeah, man. This is a topic I wanted to visit, man. It's in the world of performance bred animals. You know, one of the things that we always want to do is we want to get something, a keepsake off of that animal. Typically, that's in the form of an offspring of that animal. But what do you do if your best performance animal is sterile?
Man. Yeah, man, and Honestly, man, I've never been around a sterile dog, so I really don't have any experience necessarily with it. But I do remember a conversation that schoolboy had about because I don't know if it's necessarily a difference between the male and the female when you're talking sterile, because he was saying a situation where I don't know whether it was him. I can't remember. Don't get it. I don't want to get it twisted. But he said that he or somebody he knew had a girl that they thought was sterile. They had bred her to multiple males or whatever, and she didn't take. And he ran across one of his friends, and he said, give her to me. I'll get her bred up. And he gave it to her and brought her back bred up. So when it comes to the females, like, I don't know, but the males, I think that's a different situation. Now, mind you, I don't have any experience with it or been around it at all. But that's me looking from the outside, looking in.
So let me first give a baseline of what sterile is. Now, mind you, based on your life and expectations, man, I've seen Big C post on there, low sperm versus sterile. These are all factors. Let's just go ahead and define it real quick. So as we navigate through this conversation, we can navigate with a baseline of understanding.
Okay.
To say a dog is sterile is that it's unable to reproduce, effectively unable to have puppies. How is sterility achieved and occurs in dogs? You can have surgical sterilization. This is the most common way to achieve sterility in dogs, and is widely recommended for companion animals not intended for breeding. You can also have medical conditions that can cause sterility. It contains certain medical conditions can cause sterility in dogs, either permanently or temporarily. These can include infections. Diseases like brucellosis can cause permanent infertility in male dogs. Uterine infections like pyometra can also affect female dogs. Hormonal imbalances. Thyroid issues and other hormonal problems can disrupt the reproductive cycle in females and affect sperm production in males. Physical abnormalities, trauma, tumors, anatomical defects in the reproductive organs can impair a dog's ability to breed or conceive. And genetic factors. Some genetic factors can also lead to sterility. Example, heavily inbreeding. All right, so we got a baseline. We have a baseline to have a educated conversation about sterility in dogs. And with topics like this, I like to share stories. I like to share stories of examples of dogs that I would consider sterile. The first time I ever saw a dog that was sterile, she was purchased with the intention of breeding and sustaining a yard. And so she was probably a 25 to 30 pound female, and they bred her to a 60-pound male. And he caused her to what's known as a prolapse. Literally, you look behind her, her lady parts was hanging out of her body. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty nasty looking. It was a pretty nasty looking thing to see. And I had never seen a prolapse before either, before this situation. And needless to say, after the prolapse, the dog was they got her pushed back in, and the dog never took on any breeding off of 3 different males. So that dog, maybe not medically sterile, like you probably could have gone in there and figured out what was wrong, but from the standpoint of just being able to have a dog that you can breed, just because she's in heat, that dog would not take, So that's just an example of a dog that I saw that was sterile, that had the intention of being bred. For medically induced sterility, I think that's a different thing. But the reason why I brought the topic up was to ask this question. If you're basing your line of dogs off performance animals, and your highest performing animals are sterile, are you able to sustain your blood?
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
your dog is sterile?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, you know, I would double down to make sure that the dog is sterile. If it's a male, getting the sperm tested, um, and going through that process also to see if it's something that they might be under, or something like that. Just I would need to get a definite uh, um, answer. Yeah.
Yes, I think that the first thing is if you have a dog that you believe is sterile, I believe the first thing to do is to go and seek medical attention. Um,
Yeah.
there are a lot of men that don't need that. They have dogs. They're very healthy. And this episode is not for the ones that have small issues that can be fixed. Not even small issues, but issues that the dog man himself can handle.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a dog where you've had multiple friends that have varying levels of knowledge and experience, and the dog is not taken. What do you do? And so, I think, like Big A said, man, it's a matter of getting the motility of the sperm, and the sperm count measured. Also, I think it's a matter of taking the female and getting her progesterone tested,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing if she even has the hormonal levels to handle it. Because as I read earlier, hormonal imbalances can cause a dog to exist in a state of sterility.
If you were to get your female tested, when would you get her tested? When she's in heat, or yeah.
That's a good question, and I don't have a genuine answer for that, Big A, because I haven't made it to that point of believing that a female dog is sterile. I've only had one or two misbreedings, and typically it's because of a yard accident or something of that nature. So
Yeah.
I'm not the source of when and how to do it to even verify the issue. This is one of those things where what kind of made me think about it was in the historical sense, people that would use like anabolic steroids, because we mentioned anabolic steroids the other day. Like they say in human beings anabolic steroids can cause testicular and reproductive issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my thing is, if you're winning and you're using steroids, I'm talking about like real roids on your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's a top performing animal, what if you literally add so much testosterone and anabolic steroids that you reduce the dog's ability to reproduce? So this dog could be a 10-time whatever, and now he has the equivalent ability to reproduce of a dog that's been spayed or neutered. That's what I was trying to get at with the topic of this episode.
Yeah.
So as far as how soon to get them tested, Brother Welsh did drop some knowledge. He said get them tested 3 to 4 months.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Welsh.
Yeah, because I know, like with a lot of PG testing, people do it when they think the dog is ovulating anyways, because they're just trying to find that peak moment when she can take. They're not so much worried about her resting, but they're looking at when she's actually in eustress and she can actually reproduce in her ovulation period. Mm-hmm. So when eggs are being released. So shout out to Skip, man.
Yeah. Okay. Tony say you can pass that low fertility along if you breed it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I've never dealt with it, and this is a good topic because it's just something to also consider, as far as getting them tested and the whole nine, going through the process, and when, because I never thought about when you would test a female.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
fair question. That's a fair question. Um, so you get her tested, and she proves to you that she can reproduce. You're just
Mhm.
not being successful. Hart Penny said something that was real profound in that regard. If you know what you're
Mhm.
doing, they can still reproduce. This is factual. This is
Yeah,
factual.
that's what. Yeah, that's what I was saying. From that story, this schoolboy had said, and schoolboy said he didn't even he couldn't do anything with it, but somebody else could.
All right. Now, some of the remedies in this are foods.
Yeah.
Food foods that can enhance your dog's fertility. To enhance fertility in dogs, focus on providing a diet rich in high quality protein, healthy fats, and essential vitamins and minerals. Lean meats like chicken, turkey, and fish, along with eggs, are excellent protein sources. It includes foods rich in omega 3s like salmon and sardines, and consider adding a supplement like fish oil or flaxseed oil. Vitamins A, E, and C, along with zinc and selenium, are also important. All right,
Yeah.
so for me, like
Uh,
I'm
and
going the natural route first. Go ahead, bro.
oh, I was gonna add to that, man. Pumpkin seeds are high in zinc, vital for sperm count and hormone production. Raw goat milk boosts gut flora and nutrient absorption, helps with fertility hormones. Just like you said, eggs, but egg yolks, excellent source of uh, choline and fat vitamins, boost hormonal balance. Um, Berries and spinach, antioxidant powerhouses that protect reproductive organs from oxidative stress. Bee pollen, known to improve sperm mobility and egg quality in holistic breeding circles. Uh, keep your studs cool and lean in the summer heat, and because heat damages the sperm. You know,
Yeah, man. Okay, big A. Okay, big dog. I see you.
right
Hey,
back
man.
at you. You know what I'm saying? Pow. Yes, right on the note, man.
Man,
Um, any of those you feed on a regular basis, Dre?
man, them eggs and sardines, man. You already know. You already know.
Yeah, yeah. What you about to say, bro?
So let me answer this from Big C first. He says, "Have you ever seen a male with one testicle reproduce?" I actually have. He lost his testicle in the yard accident. You know what I'm saying? And but he was still get up there and mount. And honestly, his litter sizes were comparable to a dog with two testicles. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I mean, and it's something to think about. Pitwise in the building. What's good, big dog?
What's
Hey,
happening? Good morning. What's happening, guys?
Top of the
hey,
morning,
what's
bro. Top of the
happening,
morning.
Mister?
Man, this topic is near and dear to my heart, man, because I've been dealing with like a lot of issues with people's females be trying to breed to, and just people that think they have fertility issues, especially with females, and we find out that they're still doing stuff the old school way, man. Like a lot of people still, when they females start coming in heat, they start counting at 10 days, and then that's when they stick her. You know, when in
Mm-hmm.
2025, we got different methods of actually tracking that. You know, you got your progesterone testing. You know, you take a blood sample, you put it in the machine, blah blah blah, tells you all of that. There's also a better way to, well, a cheaper way to do it too. When you have like your ovulation probes, and what I found out, with a lot of people breeding their dogs is that these specific females don't ovulate on average the way other ones do. Sometimes, like some females start bleeding and be ready and be ovulating like 3 4 days later, and you've already missed it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's why now, man, if you really got this female that you're trying to breed and you're trying to get some stuff off of, you got to take the extra step, man. You know what I mean? And 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 spend the money. That ovulation probe you can get on Amazon for $50. It's definitely worth it. I know TG testing machines cost $2 grand, $3 grand, $5 grand too, and it's a little bit more. But even a lot of bigger breeders now use that $50 probe, and it's super easy to use. The instructions are easy to kind of look through. So that's a tool we can use for that. And you know what I mean? Just to make sure it's not a reproductive issue, is that you're just missing it with that female. You know?
Yeah.
And as far as the males go, so I had a male that I took up a couple of months back, 8 years old, produced some good dogs, but then all of a sudden just stopped producing. And we took him up to Tom's, and for free, he did a sperm analysis on the dog. We looked at it on the microscope on the big screen, and he was just showing, okay, yeah, he just had some, he wasn't sterile, just had some real bad motility. There was some split tails and, some malformed looking sperm in there. And kind of gave us a kind of plan of how to get him back to normal and what we can do over time. So what I ended up doing after that is I bought my own microscope. So now, before I got Hanzo DNA profile and I was shipping off semen, I was sending a video in real time of me, taking taking the product from him and showing it on screen, showing them how his motility looked and doing like the transfer into the bag so they know that it was an honest breeding and I wasn't giving them coyote sperm. But you know what I mean? Just to give people, obviously, you know what I mean? There's a lot of ethic issues in our breed. Well, a lot of animals too, but especially with ours. So I like to give people a warm and fuzzy about, when they give me their hard-earned money, that's not going to be on their mind. But now that his DNA profile is back, I don't do that anymore because now we can just get the swabs done too. So now, what I want to do in the group chat, I'm going to send the link of the microscope that I use. And all the settings that I use too, so that way you can be able to check your own dogs too. It's $150. It's definitely it's definitely worth an investment too. And so now even when I go like purchase males, I tell them, look, man, I'm buying this male for breeding, so I'm gonna take a sample of your male and I'm gonna look at his sperm under my microscope, and if it's if he's got trash product, I'm not spending $4 grand on this animal.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people go, nah, man, you ain't doing that shit to my dog. Nope. You gonna take him just out? Okay, well then this conversation is over.
Facts.
We have that option. We have that option now. You know what I mean? To just to kind of do it from our perspective, or you can take him to your local sperm bank and you can get a good semen analysis on the animal too. Like I did. If you watch my YouTube video at the pig picking, they sent me the whole printout of all that stuff looked too. And I'm actually gonna post that in the group chat too today, so you guys can look at their breakdown of what that does, and it tells you like how much they draw from one pool, et cetera, too. So, yeah, reproduction, man, like it's just such an awesome topic, man, and there's so many ways to stretch this out too. But if you do realize that, I mean, I don't know if you guys posted the comment I made, but just for safekeeping, if it's like a really, really great animal that you really want to get some stuff to, back from down the road, take it to Viogen in Vegas or Texas and get that tissue pool while it's still alive, and let it just sit there in their lab. So that way, when cloning is under 50 grand, when the price finally comes down, you can get that's also an option too.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir, man. Great
yeah,
information.
But yeah, that's all I got to add to it, man. I just want to put my 2 cents in this product. So I'm gonna jump back in and get my coffee in the morning and start cleaning up some dog poop. And thanks a lot for having me on, guys. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye.
Brother Welsh.
Yo, yo, yo.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning, man. I just want to say first off, feed is the number one issue why a lot of these dogs not dropping pups as far as what it's doing to their system. You got to remember, everything that you put in the body alters something else in the body. So where's my toolbox key? So if your dog is eating a certain brand of food, it might be a good food, but it might be affecting your male hormone levels along with your females. So like we was talking about a week or two ago, maintenance is the key thing. If you're up to date on everything, like I said, if you know you're gonna do a breeding, don't wait till the last minute. take the dogs and get the dog tested 3 months before the breeding, so that way you can get the chart and start to learn what all the terms mean, so that way you can know what you need to be putting in your dog until they come in heat. But at the same time, you got to keep up with your vitamins. You got to keep up with a lot of things in order to keep them dogs up to par. And a lot of the times, on the female note, genetically, females can they can stop producing their eggs at an early age, and that's a topic that a lot of people don't talk about. They're not really sterile; they just genetically lost their eggs at an early age. And some of them lose them at a later age, but that's a whole.
Hey, what's the age that females typically start their eggs start to decline?
If I'm not mistaken, it's around 6 or 7.
Okay.
But that all depends on your upkeep of your female. I bred females. It was a female I had. I think this was around 2004. But anyway, we was hog hunting. We was hog hunting in Carolina, and her back leg, her rear left leg got messed up. So I held off on her for a long time, and I only did 2 breedings with her, and it was at a older age. But the first breeding had missed because I didn't know. I mean, I knew about the hormones and all that, but I wasn't really into the females losing their eggs. So once my uncle had tested her, he realized that her egg production had dropped. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always that the female is sterile. Sometimes, depending on their genetic makeup, they start to lose the egg production. And that's something I just wanted to come on here and say. It's not always the hormone levels with the female. Sometimes they just lose their eggs.
Yeah, man. I want to chime in on that too. It says females don't always become infertile the same way the humans do. They continue to have heat cycles throughout their lives, but the frequency and regularity of these cycles can decrease with age. While they may not be bred past a certain age, usually around 8 years old, due to increased risk of pregnancy and birth, some can still become pregnant. Because I've seen a 16-year-old dog get pregnant, but that's a rarity. That's the exception to the rule. But like you were saying, man, like on average, man, by 7, you might want to get something off her. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get something off her by about 7. I think 6 is like optimal time, personally. If you're not looking to have a bunch of breeders, that 5 or 6 year mark, you done seen what you gonna see. You've had a chance to see how she's going to develop. Her body shouldn't be getting any taller, any longer. Because I think most dogs, man, till they're 4 years old, they're not even fully structured yet. You know, we say breeding at 2. You know, I would say that's like a 19 or 20-year-old person having a kid. You grown, but you ain't grown. You know, so yeah, man. And then smaller dogs, they age faster than larger dogs. That's something else to take into consideration as well, you know. So with our dog, I would say our dog's a moderately sized dog, medium-sized dog. So, with smaller dogs, 3 to 5 might be the range. With our dogs, it might be 4 to 7. And then with some larger dogs, if they live beyond 8 years old, they might still be good to go for you.
Man, good info.
Yeah, man. So back to the foods, man. Back to the foods.
Mm-hmm.
I have not really changed up my diet on my food. What kibbles are y'all feeding when you're trying to have a litter of puppies?
I don't even think I would just say the kibble. It's that's a touchy one, because like I said, the kibble does play a big part in it, because it's people that done switch kibble and then boom, they had a litter of pups. So what people got to realize, especially if you're not doing, if you're not running tests on your dogs, the kibble, you could be feeding a good kibble, Dre. You could be feeding a good kibble, and the kibble that you're feeding might make your dog levels too high to where they're not producing. Then you also have foods that drop the levels. So when it comes to the kibble and you're not doing any tests to see what's going on inside the dogs, is always going to be a toss up. Now, if you back down on the kibble and start to feed some quarter legs, some blueberries, some strawberries, flaxseed, and you start to do all that, you almost guaranteed to have your levels right there at the perfect point, because you don't have any extra filters in it. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is what's making the dog's levels drop as far as filters. The filters is what make the levels drop. And within the good food, if you're giving too much for the dog's weight, then it can shoot the levels too high. And that's the reason why the what's that stuff called, Dre? Hill science.
Yeah,
that's the reason.
Hill science diet.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why that came out was because of greyhound racing and their breeding process. That's the reason why that food came out. A lot of people don't know that. That's the reason why that food came out. So again, it's and I don't even use that shit. It's just that's one of the best foods I can actually say from seeing the test results from within inside the dog and on the actual field. So again, it's just, you don't have to rely on the kibble. It's just doing your proper just do with the dogs. It's just like you, Dre. If you getting ready for battle, you know it's certain things that you actually, if you going off grid, Dre, and you about to do some things, you know you gotta put certain things in your body for you to stay at your peak for a certain amount of time. Yeah, it's just, that's just what it is. Whether it's a dog, whether it's a human. And again, like I said, if you pay attention to wolves and other canine species, you will notice that they do certain things and their diet changes when they're about to mate.
Yeah. Hey, Welsh and Big A, man. Allow me to play the op real quick with the community, man. Allow me to play the op real quick.
Okay.
All right. So like I said, man, I'm going into quad mode on the op right now, and I'm gonna talk about y'all dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? Get me. All right. One thing that none of y'all has mentioned, we talked about the foods. We talked about genetic issues. We ain't talked about, well, Welsh brought this up, but y'all didn't say nothing. So I'm going to get on y'all heads about this. What about y'all fat behind dogs? And let me tell you something. Some of y'all dogs is too fat to breed. Did you know that diabetes occurs in female dogs twice as often as males? Did you know your dog be diabetic?
Sure do.
And certain breeds of dogs and cats are predisposed to the condition. These health factors can increase your pet's risk of developing or having diabetes, obesity, and pregnancy. All right. So some of y'all been losing these litters, and it's your fault because you thought, okay, the fatter she is, the better she is. But there is an ideal weight for these dogs that y'all ain't keeping.
Checklist. You gotta go through that checklist.
I said what I said. Let's argue.
I can't argue with you on that.
I mean, that's true. But at the same time, Dre, at the same time, when we talking about these levels and all that, exercise, fellas, rejuvenates the body. It also helps with.
What's your out?
No, I was saying just regular exercise rejuvenate. Like, okay, when I'm about to breed one of my females, months ahead of time, she's already in the preparation. She in the house. She getting work real good. She getting her levels right. So all of that, again, man, a lot of stuff with these dogs, as we said before in other shows, is human error. Is mainly human error. Yes. You got to pay attention to your dog. Even who was that, Pitwise or whoever said something about the probe. That's a good tool. That probe is a very good tool. Me, I never use it. I don't have a need for it because I study all of my females. I know when is that time and when you should stick, and then I got a routine that I do. But if you have a lot of dogs to where you can't physically pay attention to the females in that point, the probe is actually a very good tool. I don't have one because I got a schedule, but it is a very good tool. That is a very good investment for the people who thinking about getting it. You should get it. But again, that probe ain't gonna help if your dog not on the proper diet. It all starts with what you're putting into the dog. That's where it starts at, and that's where it's gonna end at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I ain't never heard of that probe to this morning, man. Because like I said, man, I guess I'm a little old school when it comes to like holistic breeding and stuff like that, man. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go over there. If the dog ain't, if she ain't taking, man, I'm gonna go out there and wave some sage around and stuff. But let me get back to op mode. So okay, so y'all talk about this. Y'all talk about this exercise in the dogs, man. I think some of y'all be abusing these dogs' exercise. You put them on the meal for 3 hours, and y'all think that's acceptable. Why? What is that doing for her fertility? What is that doing for her health? 3 hours on a meal.
3 hours, nothing. That all you doing is taking it back out. At the most, I mean, I don't own no meals, but at the most, I would say, as far as hand walking perspective, I would say 30 minutes to an hour.
All right. Fair enough. And Big A, I be seeing you with your dog. She got the little wind line up her side and looking all fit and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think they do for her ability to reproduce?
Well, honestly, man, I don't, I'm not over the top with it. I just do pretty much the work that I do myself. If she gonna do something for 3 hours, I'm doing something for 3 hours with her. You know what I'm saying? We walking for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think she's a reflection. My dogs or my dog is a reflection of me. That's how. I ain't,
All right.
really trying to prove anything with it. So just in keeping her in moderate shape, man. I'm a firm believer of keeping your dogs in at bare minimum a decent shape.
Okay, fair enough, man. All right, I'm out of op mode, man. Like,
it ain't my fault that she that she got that.
But Dre, I wanted to say this. I wanted to say this. Big A, think about it. Think about some of these older guys with some of these stories you hear. A sugar daddy in his 70s and 80s getting a little 20, 35-year-old woman pregnant. That man has either some phenomenal DNA or he really took care of himself. Because there's a lot of men, by the time they 40, 50, their sperm count dropped to 0.
Yeah.
But they also got a certain type of diet. So again, fellas, we got the fancy probes and all this special shit, but at the end of the day, you got to focus in on the key thing, the overall health of the dogs, because the other canine species ain't having problems producing. So at the end of the day, no matter what you hear, don't forget the key thing is proper maintenance of your dogs. That is the key thing. You can have a $5,000 probe. That don't mean you're going to drop puppies. That's just telling you that she at the peak of her heat. That probe ain't going to help you have puppies. So the overall message is maintenance and key health of your dogs.
all right, so that's fair. That's fair. Woods, they got a question for you, but I want to read this real quick too, man.
What's the proper diet? I mean, for male and females in general, on a weekly basis, my dogs have a lot of fruits and vegetables. That's on a weekly basis. I mean, you don't have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money. You could go to Kroger, Shoppers, wherever state y'all in, get you a bag of quarter legs, or go to the farm and get some fresh slaughtered beef or some goat meat. But whatever you doing, even if you feed an Alpo, buy you a pound of strawberries, a pound of blueberries, flaxseed, pumpkin seed. All of that is very important. You could feed trash kibble. If you are putting natural remedies in your dog, as in something simple as strawberries and blueberries, it will help your dog a long way, a very, very, very long way. It's nothing special, Big C, about the diet. People just gotta. I hate to say it this way, but y'all could go to the store, liquor store, buy all these bottles. You know, you did all this. Spend some money on your dogs. Put $100 to the side, buy some fruits and vegetables for your dogs. It ain't really no special diet, Big C. People just make it more complicated than what it need to be.
Yeah, man. I try to keep my I'm saying try, but I changed my diet to, whatever I eat, the dogs can eat. So like yesterday, for I fed Michonne some watermelon, cucumber, pumpkin puree, sweet potatoes.
Yes, sir.
Hemp seeds, bee pollen, frozen blueberries, wild blueberries, some ginger root, some turmeric root, what else? I said hemp seeds, apple cider vinegar, with some chicken feet, and a little bit of kibble and some canned food. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, like this week, Big A. All right, so boom. So not this week, but this month, basically they getting 10% kibble for the month. But the diet for this month is basically salmon, blueberries, strawberries, eggs, and I got a little bit of bison meat that I ordered. That's the diet for this month.
Yeah.
That's the diet for this month, especially with the 2 litters of pups. That's the diet for this month. And also another thing, and I'm glad you said watermelon when you started your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing with these females, what's that stuff called? Keef, what is it called? I can't remember the proper name for it. But if you was to, all right, I'm gonna give y'all some free game. You get your blender. This for the females. You can give it to the males too, but it's mainly for females. You get your blender, Dre, like we was talking about the prenatal. How you said you didn't know they could take human prenatal. You get. Oh, that's another thing. Let me before I forget. With the female aspect, way before 6 months before you even breed your female, if you know you breed, if 2026 start and you know you breed your female in the middle of the year, you need to be putting that bitch on prenatal starting January. Not every day, but at least once every 2 weeks. That way, her body starts to go into that mode before you even got to do it, which makes her body start to produce extra hormones and all of these things. Now, back to the blender. You take your blender, everything you just said, Big A, put that shit in the blender and give it to the dogs. That'd be the best way for them to consume it. Put all that shit in one, because everything cancel out each other once they get into the body, and that's something that's not talked about. Bodybuilders know about this because all the shit they put in their body. So if you could feed a certain food with the blueberries and strawberries, but if that food overtakes it, then it just becomes a filter and run through the body. So when you putting certain things together, don't just throw anything together. But everything you said, Big A, you can literally put in the blender in a big container and pour it over their kibble every day when you feed them. You see what I'm saying?
I make cubes when I have time or when I feel like it. I'll make them and put them in cubes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, Tino?
Ah, shit. Goddamn, listening to y'all cook, man. I'm finna do the second stick on my female today. So this is a good topic right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Nah,
because
man.
oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, man, this episode just got nominated by one of our brothers from the Shogun Unlimited chat as for one of the episodes of the quarter, man. So salute, man.
Oh, that's
Appreciate it.
what's up.
Salute.
But Sino, good luck on that breeding, man. And let me read this to y'all real quick while I got you since you're doing this stick, man. Because I brought up the diabetic thing, man. I didn't know until I started doing research for this episode, dogs can be diabetic, right? I just thought it was a human deficiency. But things to check for, specifically with your dog, because you can have what's called gestational diabetes only during the pregnancy. Things to look for: increased thirst and urination. Dogs may drink more water and urinate more frequently due to high blood pressure and sugar levels. Increased appetite. Despite eating more, dogs may lose weight and remain the same weight. Sometimes it's not worms, sometimes it's diabetes. Lethargy and weakness. Dogs may seem less active and show signs of fatigue. Sometimes we blame that on things like babesia and honestly it's diabetes. Recurring infections. Diabetic dogs are more susceptible to infections such as urinary tract infections and skin irritations. Cloudy eyes, cataracts, and other problems can develop. Sweet smelling breath. This is a sign of ketoacidosis, a serious complication of diabetes. And vomiting and diarrhea. The symptoms can occur in advanced stages of diabetes. So yeah, man, just keep an eye on your dogs, y'all. Back over to y'all, brothers.
For sure. Yeah, man. I ain't really have. I'm just listening to y'all cook, man. I just want to come up here and salute y'all because I ain't been up here in a minute. I just want to let y'all know I'm watching. I'm still tuned in. And shout out to Shogun Unlimited.
Yes,
man,
sir.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Well, I think Hemi had said, can you add a little bit more? I don't know exactly what statement we're talking about because I seen the comment late, but a little bit more context. Or Hemi, can you just drop a comment and let us know what context you want us to add to? Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated. 1,000 pardons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Man.
so Big C had a question too. He said, well, how do you feel about supplements such as Oxymate, Sperm Up, and Pitbull Max, etc.?
Well, Pitbull Max is my supplement. So as far as the Oxymate, I know people who used it and it worked. It worked more than it didn't work, so I really don't have nothing bad to say about it. But as far as the Pitbull Max, mine is completely different from the Oxymate and all of that, because with the Pitbull Max, it hits the system harder than the Oxymate does. But as far as my breeding supplement, I made it for older dogs. The Oxymate is not really made for older dogs because of what's in it. It's really made for a dog that's between 15 months to like 5 years old, because if you look at some of the ingredients, it has a lot of cell repair ingredients, but it doesn't have a lot of it. Like mine's have a lot of extra cell repair and rejuvenation things in it, which is for older dogs. You can use it with younger dogs, but I base it off of older dogs, so that way I know if a dog anywhere from 1 to 5, 1 to 6 having problems, it's going to be more than enough to where it'll rejuvenate that male. But my supplement has more cell repair in it than the Oxymate though. But the Oxymate is a good supplement. I don't have nothing bad to say about it. Like I said, I know people who used it before they found out about the Pitbull Max, and like I said, it's more good than bad with it, so I don't have nothing bad to say about it. It's a good supplement.
Salute on that, man. Salute on that, man. No hating there, man. Okay, so well, Hemi says blueberries and such. Explain more, please, because that ain't gonna be the main course.
Well, blueberries are the same as they do for humans. The immune system, cell repair. It does all of that. Blueberries and strawberries. When you talk about overall health, you really want to target the immune system more than anything else. Because if you actually research the immune system, you will see what else it affects in the body. So that's why I say, depending on what you're feeding, it'll either spike the levels too high or to drop it to zero. Because think about it like this: you in a pool of water, and somebody kick over some motor oil. Now that oil is in the water. It don't contaminate all of the water, but it's enough in there to where it's affecting the water. As that water flows and is getting filtered through these volcanic rocks and soil. Anybody that know how the water filtration work with the ocean and all that, it's the same thing with your system in your body, with your liver, kidneys, and your blood and all of that. So when you're feeding blueberries, antioxidants and all of that, that's what keeps your levels safe, and that's what helps filter out everything else in the body that you don't need. That's why I stress on blueberries and strawberries the most, even if you feed in trash kibble.
Well said. I like the dilution of the oil analogy. That's a pretty good analogy.
Yeah, because it's you have to, because when people can't physically see something, it's hard to comprehend it, Dre. I'm like that sometimes, depending on what it is. So it's just think about it like that with your blood and everything and everything flowing through your body. It has to, you got to filter out all of most of the bad in order for the good to do its job.
Yes, sir.
What, Dre, look that stuff up on Big A, one of y'all. It's called kefir. I can't think of the proper name for it.
What's the use of it?
It's like a cream base. Shit. What is it? My wife know what it is. But it's like, so they sell it in blueberry, strawberry, and banana. But it's like a creamish. I can't think of it right now, bro. But I know the grocery stores sell it because somebody was asking me something one day in the store when they was looking at it a couple years ago, and I did some research on it. But that's another, I wouldn't say use too much, but if you're doing breedings and have pups, that's another thing you can buy out the grocery store that's actually good for your dogs.
Does it come in a bottle?
Yeah. If you could put it on the screen or just read the thing out, but I can't remember the proper name of it. But I know it started with a K. There you go, Vinny. There you go.
Yeah, it's goat kefir. It says, what is raw goat kefir? Simply fermented raw goat milk with even more probiotic support.
There you go.
Probiotic benefits for goat kefir are powerful tools when dogs need them. While our raw goat milk is excellent for everyday feeding, it says thicker and creamier, thickest bottled goat milk. Digestion support, naturally supports pet digestion. Responsibly sourced. Natural hydration, supports healthy appetite. And then it has a list of ingredients I'm not even about to attempt to read.
But they got, but this is the thing, they got different ones. They have ones where they infuse the bananas, blueberries, and strawberries into it.
Okay.
You can you can actually buy that stuff depending on your area. You might not be able to get the goats one, but they sell them in like Kroger's, Food Lion across 50 states do sell them. Kroger sell it. I can't think of the other ones, but Food Lion and Kroger does sell it though. They do sell it. It's in the section with the butter and all that shit at.
Yeah,
but
I'm
that right there alone.
I ain't never heard none of this stuff.
Yeah, that right there alone, save you hundreds of dollars. It'll save you hundreds of dollars.
And
You could just add that to the kibble on a regular basis.
Let me fix that. I have heard of this before. I've never used it. Let me put it that way. Because I definitely have heard mention of it before. Yeah, man, like these are things that, you know, certain issues have occurred. I'm like, it didn't. There are certain topics now that come out that I wouldn't have paid attention to a year ago. You know what I'm saying? So a life and experience, I get why people talk about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Dre, look, I'm gonna ask you a question. You ever heard? We know what type of dogs that farmers use for their herds and all that. And we know they don't buy no whole bunch of dogs. They normally buy a pair, have puppies, and keep it going. You ever heard of farmers having trouble with litters?
Nah, not really.
Why do you think that though? Think about it, Dre. Think about it.
Well, you better give me in trouble. That give me trouble. What's the HV word everybody going off about right now?
You don't never hear about these farmers' dogs having trouble getting pregnant. Why is that? What is in their environment that keep them up to par?
They got naturally sourced goods. That's my thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like everything natural. You know, like everything you talking about, the strawberries, watermelons, it's all natural source right here in the yard.
20.
It's 20.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, motherfucker asked me a question, but yeah, you don't ever hear that with the farmers, dog. They got everything they need. They eat fruits every day. They got meat, fresh meat.
Nah, that's true. But nah, maybe it's because they like I don't know how much they care about purebred either, though. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, farmers don't overcomplicate things. Clips are welcome, big dog.
Hey.
Well, you got to remember them dogs drinking fresh milk every day. You know, it's all about the environment, man. Most of this stuff is human error, bro. Most of the dog problem with the dogs is human error.
Yeah, we changing up nature's course.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you experiment like that, you're gonna have setbacks and flaws in the system.
But what about the stray dogs, man, that be running around, you know, and all the elements and scrounging for food? They be getting
soldiers. They
pups be making it like in all weather elements and everything. You be like, man.
They soldiers, man. They soldiers. Well, it's the same thing, Big A. It's genetic, Big A. You got to remember, and it's funny when we talk. When you putting your dogs in certain, it's just like when people say they breeding for gameness or they inbreeding because they trying to keep it tight. It's not really keeping it tight. It's the genetics and the cells that you messing with. If you look at it on a deeper platform, so when you're doing that over a period of time, or like the Eskimo people that live in the cold, as they have children, because for one, when you in the cold, your brain produces a certain chemical. When you're in the hot, your brain produces a certain chemical. So everything you do affects your the genetic code that's in your body. So these people that's living in the goddamn in the cold, when they had their children's cells is already immune to it because of what the body is going through. So then by the time the grandchildren there, they immune to it's the same thing with the dogs, bro. If you feed your dogs trash and you out here and you get lucky on the breeding, guess what? You just put a bunch of trash genetics inside that dog, inside them pups. Now, if you want to go on another deeper level, we could go with the hot spots on the dogs. A lot of Red Boy Jocko dogs got them. If you don't correct it, guess what? It gets passed down to the pups. That's a fact. That's not a guess. That's a fact. So everything you do affects the genetic of the dog. That's what people have to remember. Everything you do affects the genetic. Rather it's good or bad.
All right, hold on. Let me see this real quick. So we got another question. Say, what about the keeper being cow milk based on that? Is that okay, Welsh?
Well, we prefer the goats. I ain't really too fond with the cows, to tell you the truth. I don't even drink cow milk. But if you have to make do, you have to make just do with what you have. If you're gonna use the cow version, it's better than using nothing. I'm gonna say that. It's better than using nothing. It's better than just feeding water. I'll put it that way.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask y'all this though. What is goat milk taste like? I've fed it to my dogs for years. I ain't never drank no goat milk. I ain't gonna lie.
Shit. Samurai, you shit. That let me tell you something. Goat milk and lamb milk.
Put the frontier right here. Ryan's gonna do it.
All right, I'm about to stick it. But yeah, goat's milk and lamb's milk is the best thing you can drink. Cow milk is really last on the scale. It's just cow milk is more available because of the overpopulation of cows. That's the only reason why they outnumber everything else as far as goats and lamb milk.
So Hardy Dog brought up a point. He said a grown animal will never drink milk in the wild, so wild humans giving it to them.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, give me a second.
Brother Supreme, what it do, big dog? Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
What's happening?
Oh, Supreme dog. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Supreme. Y'all can catch me right outside.
Yeah,
I be in the cut.
man. Yeah, man. That was a good one, man.
Yeah, man. I was gonna tell y'all have to make y'all rounds. I gotta get ready to get to work.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know what it is, man. We got Men at Work coming up at 10 a.m. Central. And tomorrow, man, y'all go check out this episode, man, because I had a dogs from the past, you know. Yeah, man. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. If you ain't a member, what you doing? Come on, join this movement, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What's
Shout out to Frank
happening?
Anderson, man. Shout out to Frank Anderson.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Welsh and Big A, y'all gonna make y'all rounds, big dog. Cause we better get up out of here.
I just did.
I'm sorry, Big A. I cannot multitask. My bad.
You can multitask better than me, shoot. Yes.
That ain't a good thing, man. That ain't a good thing for either one of us, man. We shooting bad, bro.
Yeah, okay, so all right, right quick. Yeah,
All right.
cow milk has to go through a lengthy process of a bunch of cleaning and straining of the mucus. That's why cow milk, I mean, you have to make just do, but it's really not that good for you. Sheep milk is the richest. Goat's milk is right there in the middle. It's right there in the middle. I really prefer goats, but if your dog is really lacking a lot, then I would use the lamb because it's more rich. But goat is really the go-to though. But as far as a dog drinking milk at a older age in the wild, they don't really do that. Again, if you go back to what I said earlier, most canine species, when mating time or winter time, certain times of the year, they automatically change their diet themselves. With these dogs in your backyard, that's human error. Anything that goes wrong, they can't go out and outsource it naturally like they would have been doing if we wasn't in this stage of living. So a dog that's at a house that can't roam versus other canine species that that's still wild and naturally change their own diets in the winter and in the mating season. The dog in your backyard can't do that. So we got to remember these things.
For sure. Hey man, fellas, I gotta wrap it up, man. But I did want to shout this out to y'all, man. For those of y'all who are interested in having your topics discussed on the TV, on the live, man, holla at us at Shogun Unlimited, bro. If you're not in there, you holla at one of the members that's in the Shogun Unlimited, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they're active. We share knowledge, we share information, and like I said, it's very, very wholesome. Like, you don't have to worry about the mess. But this is a good topic. I can see we're going to revisit this topic again because it was deeper than what I thought. You know what I'm saying? It went deeper than what I thought it was going to go, man. I just appreciate all y'all for coming out. But y'all know we got to end this show with a benediction. I gotta get to work, y'all. The next 2 weeks, I am swamped. But Welsh, Big A did make his rounds. If you want to make your rounds, Welsh, go ahead and make your rounds, brother, and we get up out of here.
Shit ain't too much, man. I see y'all boys tomorrow. Y'all boys keep them dogs. Check them bowls, man. Make them sure them bowls clean. Buy y'all some extra cup. I noticed certain things, man. Listen, every 6 months you should be switch and wash it. Let it dry in the sun. Switch them collars out, man. Too many dogs getting collar rash, man. That's all I got to say.
For sure. Well said, brother. I'll holler at you tomorrow, bro. All right, Big A. You know how we do this thing, man. For those of y'all that pray, you can stay. If not, you can leave. There's no smoke at all. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here to share my spiritual faith with you, man. Please bow your heads with me. May the Lord watch between you and me while we're absent, one from another. Amen.
Amen.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop, slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.